Long ago in the village of Hanyū, a farmer named Yeoman lived with his wife, Osugi, and her son from a previous marriage, Suke. Suke was a gentle boy, but his face was deformed and his leg twisted. The villagers mocked him. Yeoman despised even the sound of the boy's footsteps. One day, while crossing a narrow wooden bridge over a deep pool, Yeoman placed his hand on Suke's back and pushed. Suke fell into the dark water. He couldn't swim. No one helped, and the water swallowed him without a trace. A year later, Osugi bore a daughter. They named her Rui, but when the villagers saw her face, they froze. She looked exactly like Suke. Whispers began, "She's him, reborn." They refused to call her Rui and instead called her Kasane, meaning the one who overlaps, the one born again. Even Yeoman said nothing. Just silence. Cold, heavy silence. Kasane's parents died when she was still young, leaving her truly alone. The villagers avoided her. Children hid behind their mothers. Adults looked away. She learned to lower her gaze, never meeting anyone's eyes, working silently in her fields, until the day a wandering man named Yaguro arrived. Kasane was sick, burning with fever. Everyone said to leave her, to let the spirit go with her. But Yaguro entered her home, tended to her, fed her medicines, and saved her life. Out of gratitude, Kasane asked him to marry her. And though Yaguro found her appearance unpleasant, he said yes. His eyes weren't on her. They were on her land. After the wedding, hatred grew inside Yaguro. He forced Kasane to work tirelessly. One evening, while she staggered under a heavy load of beans, he led her toward the same pool where Suke had died. When they reached the bridge, he shoved her down into the water. He jumped after her, pressed his foot on her chest, filled her mouth with sand, crushed her eyes with his thumbs, and twisted her neck until she stopped moving. A few villagers saw, but turned away, because they believed an ugly woman did not deserve saving. Yaguro continued life as if nothing had happened. He remarried, but his new wife died suddenly. The next one too, and the next, 6 wives in total. All dead. But the 6th gave birth to a daughter, Kiku. For the first time, Yaguro felt peace. He believed the nightmare had passed. But curses do not fade. They wait. At age 13, Kiku suddenly collapsed. Foam spilled from her mouth. Her limbs twisted unnaturally. Villagers gathered around her trembling body. Then a voice came out. Not the voice of a girl. "I am not Kiku. I am your wife, the one you murdered. I cursed you. I killed all 6 of your wives. I am Kasane." The villagers froze. The truth they had buried was now screaming in their faces. Kiku stood, her eyes black as the pool's depths, and named every villager who watched her murder and did nothing. Word reached a wandering priest named Saint Uten. He understood immediately. This was not a simple haunting. This was a soul consumed by injustice. He prayed over Kiku, but Kasane mocked him through the girl's lips. No sutra worked, until suddenly the voice whispered a name. "Suke." Uten asked, "Are you Suke?" The answer came as 2 voices layered together. "Yes. When you saved Rui, you left me behind. Now I possess her." Kasane wasn't one spirit. She was 2 souls mixed together. Rui and Suke. Uten immediately wrote a kaimyo, a Buddhist posthumous name, and placed it on the family altar. When the name was offered, Suke's spirit left Kiku's body. Silence fell. Kiku opened her eyes. For the first time since childhood, she was herself again. After the exorcism, Yagoro vanished. Some believed he fled. Some said he threw himself into the pool. Kiku later married, lived a peaceful life, and never returned to that cursed water. But on foggy mornings near the pool, villagers still whisper they hear a woman's voice saying, "I returned because you stayed silent," and the pool remains calm, but never truly quiet. The pool of Kasane still lies in the quiet village of Hanyū. Its waters remain calm, yet some say that on foggy nights, the whispers of the past can still be heard. The villagers speak of the girl who once carried the spirit of a tragic fate, and of the warnings left behind for those who ignore the quiet cries of the unseen. Those who live nearby know some stories never truly end.